Hi, Mia. I want you to look at the clock. It's almost midnight on Tuesday, and I'm making a video for you, which makes you either very lucky or very unlucky. We're about to find out. Okay, come look at this, because I'm going to show you how to learn the beginning of the second movement of Breval. Okay, so the first thing you need to know and remember is that it's in a compound meter. It's actually specifically, it's in 6/8, which means every measure has 6/8 notes inside of it. 2 pulses. Each pulse is 3/8 notes long, and so each pulse goes da 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 da. It feels kind of like there are triplets inside of each pulse, because the pulse is a dotted quarter note. A dotted quarter note, which is 2/8 plus 50%, which is 1 more, which means we have 3/8 notes inside of each pulse. So it kind of has this triple feeling, this da 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 inside of every beat. And that's going to be an important part of how this piece feels as we're practicing it. So when you're practicing and you're thinking about how to count this and how to feel the pulse, you kind of want to always have those 3 little 8th notes inside of the pulses you're feeling. Da 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 dum bum 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 bee da 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 da. You can hear it inside of the music. I would show you exactly what this looked like in book 4 in the Breval, except that Quintus seems to have completely lost the book 4 that I own. And it is midnight, and I can't find it, and Quintus is sleeping, so we're going to do without. All right, let's get back to the cello. So today I want to show you just the A section, which the second movement of Breval is a rondo form, which means it has an A section, and then it has a section of another kind, and then it has an A section, a section of another kind, and it goes back to the A section. The A section keeps coming back, kind of like in your gavotte in C minor, where that keeps coming back, or maybe even like in humoresque. Although in humoresque, certain other things happen as well. So this first section, this A section in the Breval, comes back a lot of times, and it's the most straightforward, the simplest section to play. The only difficulty you're really going to have with it is the rhythm. So remember, as I said, it has this triplet underneath because it's in a compound meter. Da, 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 So maybe the best way to practice it would be to do it in a couple of different sections. So if we did this, if we did from the beginning to where it starts again like the beginning, it would be to there. And we could practice that as one thing. And we could think the rhythm is da 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 ba da dee da da ba 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 da da da. I'll do it one more time for you. Okay, and then the next part starts out the same, but it ends a little differently. We'll do it again. Now I'll do both together, both the first section and the second section. helpful for you probably to do one section and then the other section, put them together, kind of pause the video and do it back and forth when you're learning this. You should know that the little grace notes, the little notes that are kind of slurred in before this one, that little 4, that's a grace note, and it looks like a tiny little note in your score. I'd show it, but again, Quinta's lost the book. So that's a grace note. It happens before the pulse. So the pulse happens on the big note, not on that little note. Okay, so now I'll do the last part, which is the same thing over and over again. And again, we have grace notes in this last part. But the little notes, the tiny little grace notes, happen before the pulse. The big notes on the downbeats, they actually happen on the pulse. The 1 happens on the pulse here. And then the same thing kind of happens with the chords. When you play the chords, you play the bottom of the chord, the bottom 2 open strings before the pulse. And then the top of the chord, the 1 and the 2, the E and the C on the D and A strings, those happen on the pulse. I'll play this a few more times, just hopefully to clarify, and then we're going to be done. I'm taking it a little on the slow side because that's how I want you to practice it with really good pulse, a little bit slow, just like the rest of your list this week. Well, 10 minutes, pretty good. Okay, let's be done.